is retrosynthetic analysis. So we're going to study the basic history of retrosynthesis analysis. The Professor Izikore is the one who originated the term retrosynthetic analysis and was the first to state its principle formally. So he is from Harvard University and he is awarded in 1990 for chemistry Nobel Prize. So what is meant by retrosynthesis? So retrosynthesis is the process or is a technique for solving problem in the planning of organic synthesis, which plays very important role. This is achieved by transforming a target molecule into simpler precursors structure regardless of any potential reactivity interaction with the reagent. Each precursor material is examined using the same method. So basically the retrosynthesis is the process of deconstructing a target molecule into readily available starting material by means of a disconnection or functional group interconversion. So disconnection is nothing but the imaginary breaking of bonds and the functional group interconversion means by the conversion of one functional group into another. So the retrosynthesis provides the ability to choose the most feasible route for the synthetic of any product. So why we are going to for the retrosynthesis? If you look at this picture, the reality is that when we are going to plan any kind of synthesis, so we take a starting material initially, and then um, make some advanced intermediate by formulating the reactions with different types of reagents and catalysis. Then at the end of this process is very lengthy and we we got a deadline. So the we are not achieving the target molecule in the proper time. Okay, but if you disconnect your target molecule by means of retrosynthesis into simpler starting materials, then you will get the starting material. You will get the simplest starting material, and from the starting material, you can prepare a target molecule in a reverse manner. So again, why we are going to retrosynthesis? So, is there any shorter synthesis pathway to my target molecule? So, retrosynthesis tell us about the number of shorter paths or possible shorter synthesis path for the target molecule. So, how can I synthesize this product? This is also very important. So, when you get a target molecule, the first things comes in your mind that the how can I synthesize this product? So, retrosynthesis will help this. Can we increase the yield of this process by choosing another synthetic strategy? Definitely. If you divide your target molecule into simpler starting material, so there are a number of different types of starting material you get, and from that you can easily achieve a target molecule which has higher yield as compared to other methods. Retrosynthesis. Now let us understand some important terms, that is target molecule. What is target molecule? So the target molecule is one whose synthesis is being planned. Whatever the molecule you are going to consider, that's the, the planning for that molecule should be done. That is known as target molecule. Usually it is written in terms of TM, that is capital letters TM, and identify the frame number. So suppose this one is the target molecule. Okay, a target molecule can be anything. Okay, I'm going to just show you that this is the target molecule. Okay, now next one is disconnection. This is another important term in the retrosynthesis analysis. So actually it is an analytical approach. It is an analytical approach which breaks a bond. There are a number of different types of bond present, but by using this disconnection we are going to break a bond and convert a molecule into possible starting material. So retrosynthetic steps involve the breaking of bond to form two or more synthons. So it is the reverse of any kind of chemical reaction, right? In the chemical reaction, we are going to making a product by forming a bond, but in the disconnection approach, we are going to disconnect the bond to form synthons. So symbol. So this particular arrow, you can see here it is. This particular arrow shows the disconnection approach. This is the symbol for it, and which is curl line drawn through the bond breaking being broken. So someone called dissolution by the some people. So here it is, you can see that this is a molecule, right? This should be a target molecule, but we are going to cleave this bond. So this particular process, this analytical process, is known as disconnection. We are going to disconnect the bond between this carbon and the carbon from the cyclic chain ring. Okay, so and the arrow indicates that the disconnection. So another example is there. So here it is benzocaine. You can say that this particular here it is possibility of to cleave this bond also, this one also, but the best method is that we are going to convert that particular group into another functional group. So you can see that this is a ester functional group. Now cleaving this, we are going to disconnect this bond, right? And disconnecting this bond, this particular molecule is going to be converted into another functional group, that is OH, and this is the byproduct. This is synthol synthetic equivalent, we can call it as. Okay, so this is the method of disconnection. Why we are going to disconnect the bond? We are going to convert that particular molecule into simplest possible starting material. So that ester molecule is going to be converted into the acid molecule. This one is a simpler one. Okay, next one is synthol. So synthons are a fragment of compound that assists in the formation of synthesis, which is derived from the target molecule. A synthon and the corresponding commercially molecules are here. A general, which is a generalized fragment, usually which can be ion produced by a disconnection. So here it is, you can see that this particular aspirin molecule, you can see here, we are going to cleave the ester bond right here. Okay, so due to the cleavage of this, the carbonyl carbon and this oxygen may have different charges. Okay, so this oxygen phenoxide ion should negative charge and this carbonyl being a positive charge, carbonyl carbon. So these two are nothing but the synthons. So synthons are the charged ion species, real species, right? And which is generated due to the disconnection of the bond, right? So next one is synthetic equivalent. So synthetic equivalents are reagent which carried out by the function of synthon, which cannot itself be used often because it is a too unstable. Synthetic equivalents are too unstable. They can be used in terms of synthon, right? So here it is, you can see this one. So initially this phenoxide having a negative charge, right, and this carbonyl carbon having positive charge. So these are the charge species are known as synthons, and their chemical equivalent is known as synthetic equivalent. So this particular group is known as synthetic equivalents. These are synthetic equivalents of respective ions. So this particular group is synthetic equivalent for this one, and this particular group is equal synthetic equivalent for this group, right? So another case is that, so we are going to disconnect this molecule here, right? The bond between the carbonyl carbon and this oxygen is going to be clear. So this is known as disconnection, right? So that can be represented here, and due to this disconnection there is a two synthon molecules, right? You can see same synthon molecules, similar synthon molecules are there. This is positive charge being on the carbonyl carbon and the negative charge is being the oxygen. Okay, now this particular group is chemically equivalent with this molecule, and this is the synthetic equivalent of this one. So this is synthon and this is synthetic equivalent of this one, we can call it as reagent. And this oxygen ion is chemically equivalent with this particular benzyl alcohol, right? So this is benzyl alcohol of this synthetic equivalent of this. So this is a very simple, to whom we can call it as target molecule, synthon, synthetic equivalent, disconnection. These are the important terms while studying the retrosynthesis. So another important term is FGI, that is also known as function group interconvergence. So this involves interconversion in a chemical reaction of one functional group into another function. To make it part of two process, one must be very clear in the understanding of chemical principle. So it is again operation of writing one functional group into the another functional group so that the disconnection become possible, right? So it is very important step. When you are going to disconnect any kind of bond, that particular molecule should be represented into the another function due to this FGI conversion. So again, it is a reverse of chemical reaction. The symbol is written as earlier discussed. So here it is, you can see that particular molecule is this aniline is there, right? Now the aniline, this particular group is going to be converted into nitro group. So here it is, amine group is converted into the NO2 group. The function group is going to be changed. When we are going to find out the synthetic equivalent for this one, or you are going to convert that function group another function group, so amine should be converted into NO2, and that is known as FGI, function group interconvergence. Another example is that this is acetic acid, right? That acetic acid is converted into this corresponding acetonitrile. So this COH group is converted into cyanide group. This is the simpler starting material for this one. We can easily prepare this acetic acid from this acetonitrile by acidic oxidation. But here we are going to convert any target molecule into its simpler starting material. So this one is the very simpler starting material for the acetic acid, for the preparation of acid. So here it is, the important thing is that while converting FJ or while disconnecting any kind of molecule or its bond, that particular molecule is going to be converted into its simpler functional group. So this amine is converted into a aromatic nitro compound. This acetic acid is going to be converted into its corresponding simpler starting material, that is acetonitrile. So here it is, another example is there. So you can see that this particular amino benzoic acid is there, para amino benzoic acid is there, right? So as earlier we discussed this example, so there is a possibility to cleave these two bonds, right? But we are going to convert that particular molecule into the simpler one. So this acetic acid, okay, you can see here. This nitro group is going to converted into, sorry, amine group is converted into NO2 group. Okay, so this acyl group is as it is, right? But only this functional group is converted into another one, right? Again, we are going to convert this whole molecule into simpler one. This acid group comes from the oxidation of methyl. So the CO2H group is converted into the methyl. So this one is the simpler starting material. And this involves, the whole process involves the function group interconvergence, right? So we are going to consider some example, that is first one is aniline. So we are going to do follow the retrosynthesis for the aniline. The structure of aniline is here, you can see that. Now applying this retrosynthetic analysis, first we are going to convert that particular molecule to corresponding functional group. So the FGI, we are going to apply the FGI, that is function group interconversion, and this nitro group is going to be, again we are going to cleave that bond, we are going to disconnect that bond. Here it is, we are going to disconnect, this disconnection approach is there, and due to disconnection is there, disconnection between the benzene carbon and this nitrogen from nitro, okay. So this nitro group being a positive charge species, okay, you can consider here it is. So okay, I am going to write down here it is Na2 plus is there, okay. So now these are the two species, right? This one is synthone, this is also synthone, okay. Synthone always converted by the disconnecting bonds, okay. Here it is, you can see these are the synthones. Now let us plan for the synthesis from this one. So the synthetic equivalent for this particular benzene ion is this one, benzene. This is synthetic. Now synthesis. So we are going to take the benzene, this is simplest starting material. Then um, we are going to nitrate that mixture, okay. So the nitration is on this particular benzene with the help of concentrated H2SO4, with the concentrated H2SO4 and concentrated HNO3 at 40 degrees Celsius, the corresponding nitrobenzene will be formed. And after that, that nitrobenzene is going to be reduced in presence of metal with excess NOH. We got the this aniline as a product. So here it is, you can easily see that the synthesis of aniline, retrosynthesis as well as synthesis. So another example is that methyl benzoate. So this is our target molecule. Now we are going to cleave that target molecule. So the first cleavage occurs at here. Sorry. First cleavage occurs at this position. So it gets this particular synthetic equivalent. This is synthetic equivalent, and for this one is another synthetic equivalent. Okay, again we are going to cleave this molecule. We get this two type of synthols. These are the synthols. Okay, and synthesis. So the now we are going to take this particular benzene ring by applying the Friedel-Crafts acylation reactions. So we get this toluene as a product, first case, and by oxidation of this particular toluene in presence of KMnO4, we get this benzoic acid, and with the help of methanol in presence of acid, the esterification occurs at this carboxylic group and we get this methyl benzoate. So in this way we can disconnect the molecule, here it is, and we can synthesize the molecule. Okay, thank you.